Ah, hello everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of my Christmas series. If you're a guest, it's Home Alone 1, you guys.
Home Alone.
Home Alone was written by John Hughes and directed by Chris Columbus. It was released in 1990, and it was a mega blockbuster that nobody saw coming. Neither the filmmakers. When they made this, they thought it was going to be a little bit of a failure. Kind of like what John Lasseter and company at Pixar thought of for Toy Story. Now, you might hate me when I say this, but I was first introduced to the Home Alone franchise with the second film. Yeah, I know. But over time, I did see the first one, and it became one of my holiday favorites. Macaulay Culkin, he was actually in another John Hughes production, Uncle Buck. So I'm sure you all know how the story goes. Kevin is an 8-year-old boy whose family is about ready to leave on a vacation to Paris for the holidays with the rest of their family. But as the first 10 minutes go, Kevin's being basically a brat. He's just being a big tool. He doesn't really pick up stuff. He doesn't really do anything that you would do, like pack a suitcase or do this or do that. And yeah, even the family, they're just so mean to him, and even his siblings are like that. There's just so much mean-spiritedness throughout this entire near first act of the movie. And at the time where he throws a tantrum over his pizza being eaten by his brother Buzz, which everybody had at that time when they had an older sibling, I could have never heard those words by Macaulay Culkin. In fact, I even have a little reaction for you side by side. Enjoy.
I didn't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life, and I didn't want to see anybody else either.
What the fudge? That is so harsh. Damn, I never seen anything like this in the first 5 minutes since Mars Needs Moms. That's gotta be a world record for me. Just as Kate and Pete have never even noticed that their alarm clock has been turned off, and the flight pickupers, they see that they were a few minutes or 2 minutes late, and they started rushing into the cars, and they didn't do a proper head count. Because the sister is so stupid. Like, not really like idiot level, like Norman the North in Shark Tale, or I think any characters in some family movies nowadays have just been so stupid people. I just don't like that. They realize that Kevin is missing just near half of the flight to Paris. And Kevin even notices when he first opens his eyes and walks downstairs and say,
I made my family disappear.
So while he's having the time of his life being home alone, he does start to notice that there are burglars roaming around his block, known as the Wet Bandits. You've already noticed that on my shirt. Lucky guess. Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci are probably the funniest bad guy duo I have ever seen. It's so funny how they work off of this. And Joe Pesci has never been in a family film, so he was told not to swear any big words like the S or F word, but Daniel Stern did, and a goof of that one scene when Kevin's making a fun little booby trap, but they just went with it. It was Joe Pesci because he was in Goodfellas at the time. They were making this. And of course, when he first meets them, hijinks ensue. Those booby traps were always funny. And I first saw this at Cinemark at my hometown, and like me in the audience, we were all laughing and crying at the most sentimental moments. Like, for example, the old man Marley moment, when Kevin just thinks that he's a bad guy, he's actually just a nice guy. because of that story that Buzz told him. I am not even gonna react to
I'm
that.
so sorry.
Don't make me. Shut up. There goes my eyes. So, just as you would imagine, Macaulay Culkin became a big star of the 90s. He was the Drew Barrymore of the 80s. But like every other child star, he would eventually disappear for a while and then come back. As a musician, I think? With Mila Kunis? Yeah. The girl from that 70s show. I don't even know which ranking I would put Home Alone on my top favorite Christmas movies. It has to be between top 4 and 5. I'm not even going to show my Christmas favorite list. That's going to be in the work in progress. And also the bad Christmas movies out there. Because there really are some that have to be explored. Final verdict, Home Alone is great. It's great comedy, it's great family entertainment, all that. I give it an A+.
Yes, 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 yes.
And if any of you guys want to see me review any good Christmas movies or bad ones, comment below and let me know. I'll see you flick fans next time. All that. This crap is dead. Let's stop recording that.